All right, let's talk about that one idea. You know the one I mean, right? The one that just sticks in the back of your head, the one you think could really be something special. Well, today we're diving deep into that exact journey. We're going to look at how you can take that little spark and actually turn it into a real successful business.
I bet that question hits home for a lot of you. And you know what? That dream is the starting point for everything, from the biggest tech giants to the corner coffee shop. But here's the million-dollar question. How do you go from just dreaming about it to actually doing it? That's the gap we're going to bridge today, piece by piece. Okay, so before you jump into writing a business plan or searching for investors, and I know that's the exciting stuff, we've got to start somewhere else. The journey actually begins inside your own head. It's all about getting the right mindset. So, what are those core qualities that really make an entrepreneur tick? Let's break it down. First up, it's all about how you think. It's a bit of a balancing act, really. You have to be a visionary, someone who's looking way, way down the road, imagining what the future could look like. But at the exact same time, you need to be super adaptable. Think of it like this. You have a destination on your map, but the road might suddenly close. Your ability to find a new route without crashing is absolutely crucial. That's what keeps you moving forward. Now, having a great vision is one thing, but it's not enough on its own. You've got to have the skills to back it up. And two of the biggest ones are communication and decision-making. Seriously, think about it. Great communication is how you get other people, your team, your customers, your investors, excited about your vision. And solid decision-making? Well, that's your compass. It's what's going to guide you through the hundreds, even thousands of choices you'll face every single day. And finally, let's be real. Ideas and skills mean nothing without action. This is where the hard work comes in. It's about having that grit to just keep going, especially on the days when things get tough, and trust me, they will. But it's not just about working hard. It's about focusing all that effort on the one person who can make or break your business, the customer. If you aren't completely obsessed with solving their problems, you're going to have a hard time getting anywhere. All right, so you've got the mindset down. Now it's time to build the house for your idea to live in. We're talking about the legal structure of your company. And look, I know this might sound like boring legal stuff, but it is so, so important. This one choice affects everything: how you're taxed, whether your personal assets are protected, and even how you can raise money down the line. So let's take a quick look at the main options on the table. You've got the one-person company, or OPC, which is pretty self-explanatory, perfect if you're flying solo. Then there are private and public companies. We'll dig into those in a sec. And you also have cooperatives, where the members are the owners. When you're looking at this, you're really asking three big questions. Who's in charge? What happens if things go south? Is my house on the line? And of course, how am I going to get the funding? Okay, for most people starting out, it really boils down to these two: private versus public. A private company means you keep more control. You call the shots, and there's a lot less red tape. A public company, on the other hand, lets you tap into the stock market to raise a ton of money. The trade-off? You're under a microscope with way more rules and regulations to follow. So the real question for you is, what's more important right now? Total control or the potential for huge capital? Okay, so you've got your head in the right space and you've built the legal foundation. Fantastic. But a business with no customers is really just an expensive hobby, right? So now we get to the fun part: actually reaching people. How do you let the world know you exist and connect with the customers who are waiting for you? I know the word marketing can feel huge and complicated, but let's just simplify it into a simple 4-step cycle. First, you have to understand who you're talking to. Who is your customer? Once you know that, you can build a brand that really resonates with them. Then, and only then, do you promote it. And the most important part, you track everything. You see what's working, what's not, and you adjust. It's a constant loop of learning. Let's face it, in this day and age, your customers are online. So you've got to be there too. That's where digital marketing comes in. We're talking about things like SEO, which is basically making it easy for people to find you on Google. You've got social media, which isn't just about posting, it's about building a community. Email lets you have a direct conversation with your audience. And creating content, like blogs or videos, is how you show people you know your stuff and that they can trust you. But hey, don't sleep on the old school methods. The real world still exists, you know? Things like a local newspaper ad, a radio spot, or a billboard can still be incredibly effective, especially if you're trying to reach a specific local audience. The smartest approach isn't an either-or game. It's about creating the perfect mix of digital and traditional that works for your business. So you've launched, you're making sales, customers are coming in, you've made it, right? Well, not exactly. Getting started is one thing, but the real challenge and the real goal is building something that lasts. The journey doesn't stop here. So what's the next phase? What's the path to sustainable success? And this might be the single most important thing to remember. Getting your business off the ground isn't the finish line, it's the starting gun. Real, long-term success comes from being in a constant cycle of analyzing what's happening and adjusting your course. The second you get comfortable and think you've got it all figured out is the second you start losing. The best entrepreneurs are always students of their own business. So there you have it. We've walked through the mindset you need, the structures you can build, the ways to reach your customers, and the philosophy for lasting success. We've basically given you the roadmap. Now, the only question that matters is the one right in front of you. We've covered the how. The real question is, what's next?